Hello everyone and welcome to another PolyNerdic playtest. Today I'm taking a look at Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, which is a title I absolutely love because it is such a horrible pun on another franchise. Obviously this is not Garden Warfare 2, this is the original Plants vs. Zombies, but I threw this in here just for the sake of comparison because I wanted to show how far the series has come from its humble beginnings as a tower defense game to what is now the new way they do things with the Garden Warfare series. As you just saw, the original Plants vs. Zombies game was a tower defense game, but with the Garden Warfare series, they took the silly and absurd concept of plants being at war with zombies and turned it into a class-based shooter. With Garden Warfare 2, at its beginning, you're thrown into a hub world. Half the map is controlled by zombies, half the map is controlled by the plants. You begin in control of the plant side, but you can very easily switch over to the zombies if that's more your style. And you're immediately given the option of exploring the hub world, doing some single player quests, or jumping into the competitive online multiplayer just like any shooter has nowadays. The single player quests range from fetch quests where you're sent to get an item and bring it back, to escort missions where you're escorting another unit from somewhere far off back to base, to horde mode type things, which if you're unfamiliar with that, it's where you have a defense point and just wave after wave after wave of enemies come at you and you have to fight them all off till they're gone. And even some missions where I had to shoot targets in a certain amount of time. So there's some variety to the single player missions. I'm not sure how much variety, I've only played about an hour of the game, but there's variety nonetheless, and the mode isn't bad. It's not the greatest single player experience, I'm not gonna lie, but it's far from bad. Definitely worth just toying around with. Online multiplayer is what you expect it to be. It's two teams of varying amounts of players going at it with different units, both Plants vs. Zombies, because that is the theme of the game. But I suggest before you get into that, you spend time here in this hub world where you can learn the individual units, learn the strengths of the engineers, the scientists, the imps, the all-stars, or the Rose, the pea shooter, the citron unit, the corn guy on the plant side. Just spend time in this mode, learn the nuances of the characters in this objective-free mode where you're just battling wave after wave of AI units alongside other AI units. It's mindlessly fun, it's simple, it's a good thing to do if you just have a couple minutes to play and you want to play quick shooter action. Jump into the hub world, get some battles on. It'll help you a little bit with the multiplayer because you won't be completely clueless as to the unit you're controlling. You'll have an idea of what each unit can do against the other units as opposed to just being thrown in blind and having the floor mopped with your face as it happens so often in other shooters. I know the art style is kind of cutesy for some might even feel it's kind of childish, but I like I've always liked the art of the Plants vs. Zombies series, and they do a good job here of rendering it in 3D and giving each side of town its own sort of vibe. You can tell which side you're on at a glance. There's no question which side's the zombie side and which side's the plant side. And again, that art style helps the game because it's a shooter that is fun to play, that you can also play with children in the room or with children playing alongside you. I have kids, and sometimes I don't like to play games like Gears of War where I'm chainsawing guys in half in front of my children. This is the kind of thing that I could play with them, and I think most of you that have children of your own, or even those of you with younger siblings, will find that refreshing, that you can play the game without having to be concerned about what the younger eyes in the room might be seeing. Like I said, I've got a free trial of it. It's got about 9 hours left on it. If you find it at Redbox or if you're a GameFly user, definitely worth checking out. If you're a fan of the series, go ahead and buy it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But definitely worth your time. Check it out. I had fun with it. I think you will too.